What's up, world? Mystic Mike here. I just wanted to talk today about growth and being uncomfortable. Growth hides behind uncomfortability. You're not going to find growth in the comfort zone. And that's really what I want to talk about today is just allowing yourself to be uncomfortable sometimes. Because in those uncomfortable moments, in those uncomfortable situations, growth is there. That's where real growth happens. It's not going to happen inside your comfort zone. When you grow, you tend to expand your comfort zone out. You allow yourself to expand and experience new things. And that doesn't mean it's not scary. That doesn't mean it's not hard. That doesn't mean it's not uncomfortable, because it is. But knowing that you are growing from these uncomfortabilities will help you ease into these uncomfortable situations or into these avenues that expand your growth, is really what it is. And this kind of reminds me of a story, just the hermit crab. You know, I don't know if you're familiar with the hermit crab or why it leaves its shell, but because it leaves its shell. So you got this hermit crab who's very vulnerable outside of its shell, very vulnerable. But ultimately, the hermit crab leaves its shell to find a new shell. And the only reason why it leaves its shell is because it starts to grow out of it. It starts to get uncomfortable in that shell. And so the hermit crab leaves his shell or its shell to really expand and grow, to find a new shell. And there's a lot of trust involved in that as well. Because here you go, you got this hermit crab that's leaving all its security, all its comfortability, all its protection, and it's going and abandoning this old shell, this old protection, to find a more comfortable, a more suitable shell. But it has trust that it's going to find this. It has to do this. If it doesn't do this, it will not grow. He will die in that shell from lack of growth. And the reason why I'm telling you this story is because it's a lot similar to our personal story. When we're growing or when we're expanding, we have to become uncomfortable in order to realize that we have to go outside of our comfort zone to really get a new level of comfort and to get a new perspective on where we need to go. And it's a lot like the reason why I use that analogy and it's so perfect is because just like the hermit crab, you need to abandon some of your protections, some of your securities to actually expand and grow in an organic way that is going to empower you to be better, to conquer more things, to believe in more things, to obtain more. You need to step out of your comfort zone. Growth does not live on in your couch. It does not live in your living room. It does not live in your house. You have to go outside of your house to really find these moments, to find these growing experiences is really what they are. So whatever it is you want in life, whatever it is you're trying to attain in life, you have to expand. You have to allow yourself to be uncomfortable. You have to allow yourself to be a novice in certain aspects. Say you want to draw or you want to paint, you always get this calling to go create something, but you've never done it. But yet, you not never doing it isn't a good enough excuse to not do it. Because what you are being called to, you're being called to for a reason. You're being called to expand and to step out of your comfort zone to have these experiences, to figure out where you need to go, to figure out your purpose in life, to figure out your calling, to get fulfillment in life. You need to do these things. And I say this because a lot of times comfortability is mistaken for contentment, is mistaken for peace of mind, is mistaken for just being content with your circumstances. And it's one thing to be content, and grateful for where you're at. But if you're stagnant for too long in your life, you will start to get feelings of depression. You will start to get feelings of unsatisfying growth. You will need these things. Your body, your soul earns for these things. And if you do not have these things, you're going to start feeling sad. You're going to start feeling unfulfilled in your life. You're going to have all these problems that start to occur. And it's not that you're not getting pushes to do things. Just the fear of stepping out of your comfort zone is the only thing keeping you from actually expanding, actually meeting new people, actually trying something new, picking up a new skill. It's not going to be easy at first, and it's going to feel uncomfortable at first. It's just like talking in front of an audience. Some people have stage fright. They're very nervous talking in a group of people. The only way you're ever going to be good at talking to people in a group of people is to talk in front of people. And it's going to be crazy, and you're going to mess up. And that leads into another thing I want to talk about in this video. Is okay to make mistakes. It's okay to stumble along the way. But when you're doing your body a disservice, when you're doing your soul a disservice, is when you stumble and you don't want to get back up, or you quit because it's too rough, or it's too hard, or it's too uncomfortable. That's where real growth happens, in those moments of uncomfortability. That's where real expansion, that's where real inspiration, empowerment lives, in those uncomfortable moments. They do not live in your living room where you're comfortable. They do not. And I just wanted to come on here and explain this and express this, because I feel like this is an important part for our journey, is to take these dives, to take these courageous leaps into uncomfortable situations that we know are going to benefit us in the long run, that we know are going to fulfill some inner calling, or some sense of joy, or happiness, or fulfillment. They always are going to be behind doors that are uncomfortable to open, and maybe even a little difficult to open. And that's all I really wanted to say today. I hope all of you have an amazing rest of your day, and I love you all. Take care.